All right, so Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory going to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to your occupants out there pushing this truth for all honesty and sincerity by way of the highways and byways and the internet. Going back to the names, Yahweh, which is the Heavenly Father name, which means He is, He exists. And then the only begotten Son name, which is Yahweh Shai, which means He is deliverer, He is Savior. All right. It is not Jesus Christ. Or Jesus Christos. Going back, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites. Salakia, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. This is your brother Nayap, and I'm back with another lesson today. As you can see, I got on the screen wood fuel, but I really typed in burning wood, because guess what's burning? Yes, you got it right. California is burning, 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 burning. That's why I made a video the other day called Burn, Baby, Burn. It was very short. I didn't really go into it as much. I kind of backed off the situation because I wanted some more articles, or I wanted to see what else was going to happen. So there's a lot of information that's about to be over this video. I had to record. This is literally probably like my fourth or fifth time trying to record this video because for some reason, I don't know, maybe because my phone just I haven't resetted my phone and stuff like that. But it's just been in complete shambles. But I have everything already lined up, so it's no problem. It's all through Spirit and Power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai at the end of the day. And I'm going to keep pushing this. I don't care how many times I have to record this video in order for it to be going out. Now, since you can see the burning fire, you see it. It's a lot of things that's coming with these fires that are in Palisades. Okay. I was a couple years back, just a little testimony, a couple years back, little insight, that is, a couple years back, probably like 2022, around there, about 2022, the middle of 2022, kind of like, what was it, the middle? I say it was kind of like, yeah, it was more so like springtime. Okay. I have ended up going out to California and Malibu. I went to Thousand Oaks. I was looking for houses out there and stuff like that to buy. Boom, boom, boom. Because some deals, went out there for some deal plans, business things. Well, them same areas is on fire right now. So basically, even though, not Malibu specifically, but it's very close. So I have a list of videos. As this always go, I'm going to play the videos and then we going to see where this lesson lands. Now, I do want to show y'all something before I do start this lesson. I got AZ recorder and I got screen recorder. Right now, I'm just using the screen recorder, which hopefully is good because I'm so used to having this Mobi Zen that you can see in the middle of the screen. Okay. And now when I just take my videos, put them up, boom, boom, boom. It's pretty easy, but for some reason it lags out on certain videos that I show. Now let's go ahead and show the videos. I'm not going to try to make this long. I'm actually trying to speed through this because I already didn't record this multiple times. But I have no problem going back over it. So the first person is Tyga.
I'm actually leaving. I'm leaving the country today. I'm out of here. I'm not even fucking around. I'm not even gonna play with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, until like everything gets good and you know what I'm saying, safe for LA.
He said until everything get good and safe in LA.
I'm actually leaving. I'm leaving the country.
So he said he leaving the country. It said Kylie Jenner's ex Tyga is moving to Europe after losing his $10 million house during the Palisades fire. Now, so you have these fires just going on in the Palisades and these mountains and these luxurious houses that they have. These beautiful houses that they have are completely fucking burnt down, are completely like eviscerated. Like they are just burned to ash, to like nothing. Okay. So And those are the celebrities that's going through some of these problems, which you're going to see another celebrity pop up in a little bit. But going back, you got these people that live up there in the mountains now. I'm going to try to explain this before moving on. Just little by little. So you got people that's up there in the Palisades, right? They got money, or rather, if they do got money. If you do got money, let's say if you're a celebrity, I'm gonna start with the celebrity. You're a celebrity. You got money. You can move to another place, or you can move in, maybe with a friend or whatever, until you get back on your feet. It's probably more easier for you to get back on your feet because you're well known. So it's easier for you to get more connections and to get money in your pocket. So it's not really a big deal to you, and you probably already got another spot anyway. Now going to the poor motherfuckers. If your house burned down, you're fucked. You're probably going to end up on the streets. Most of the time on the streets with a loved one. A lot of times the loved one that you might go move with, you don't want to deal with them. That was the fucking point of you moving out in the first goddamn place. So you might have to go back to that person that you don't like, and that's going to cause all kinds of turmoil within their house. But they can kick you out whenever they want to because you're underneath their guidelines and underneath what they have to do. For the younger people, that may be a thing, or you might just be homeless, sleeping in your car if you have a car. And then you got the elders who may have a son or something like that they can come stay with. Like, again, it's going to cause turmoil a little bit, depending on how cool you are actually with your parents, which a lot of people aren't nowadays. A lot of people are broken up. It's completely fucked. Or a lot of elders that don't have any place to go. They end up on the streets, in a hospital, or dead, for the most part. So you got people that's in the Palisades area and all these other places that's going through these fires, and they're losing millions of dollars in homes, throughout the years, and projects that they have built, condos they have built and put together themselves, art, and all these things, and all these Edomite caucus white man memories that they have in their homes and things like that. And so is Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is wicked as fuck out there. You got things that's in your homes and stuff like that too. Remember, that's a wicked place. That California is very, very wicked. I did want to say this, like what I said, when I went out there in Malibu to visit, the mountains look like some off of fucking Jurassic Park. And I got the video on my other phone, but the video really doesn't, I don't even think it does justice compared to real life. The mountains are huge fucking mungus. And it's dry as shit out there, so anything catch fire, that wind start to go, it's a wrap. Who knows if it's an inside job or not? Hey, it is what it is. Everything is ordained by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He kill, he make alive, he wound, he heal. Okay? Now, since I explained that, we going on to the next video.
On the streets, it's turning into the wild, wild west. Looters on scooters, ransacking homes. Thieves are dashing through rubble and ash with flat screens. Some of them...
Rubble, they going through rubble and ash with flat screens. So let's get this steal, because that's stealing. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, are not supposed to steal. Okay, because a lot of jakes that's out there doing that. But and being in the truth, that you're not supposed to. Okay, you should know in general that you're not supposed to. That's in the 10 Commandments. So let's go ahead and pull up 3 scriptures, and a couple definitions, and then we're gonna get back to the video. I'm gonna try to make it nice, cool, simple, to the point, and that's about it. This is Exodus 20:15. It says, "Thou shalt not steal." Okay, who was these laws, statutes, and commandments given to? Okay, this is Psalms 147:19. Says, "He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai." Okay, so now let's get the account with the guy that was asking Yahweh Shah about eternal life in the kingdom of heaven. All right, this is Matthew chapter 19, verse 12. It says, "For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it." Verse 13, "Then were there brought unto him little children, that he should put his hands on them and pray, and the disciples rebuked them. But Yahushua says, Suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for such as in the kingdom of heaven." Verse 15, "And he said, he laid his hands on them and departed thence." Verse 16, and behold, one came and said unto him, "Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?" Verse 17, he said unto him, "Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments," which was given to the Hebrew Israelites, Psalms 147, 19 through 20. He saith unto him, multiple other scriptures. He saith unto him, which Yahushua said, "Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy mother and thy father, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." You're not supposed to be going around stealing. And when it says to love thy neighbor as thyself, it's talking about your fellow Israelite brother or sister. Okay, it's talking about your kindred, your fellow Hebrewite or Israelite sister. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are family. All right, it's a family thing. It's you know, it is what it is. We the children of the Most High God. Now let me go ahead and get some definitions. Let's go ahead and get this looting definition. The first definition. So let's see what we can get out of looting. Here we go. Looting. It says goods usually of considerable value taken in war, spoils. Okay. It says something held to resemble goods of value seized in war, such as something appropriated illegally, often by force or violence. So basically, like you got like the one movie with the dude with Tom Hanks and the Somalian dude. The Somalian dude told Tom Hanks after we aborted the ship, he was like, "I am the captain now," because he was trying to take his goods. The goods is the ship. The ship is a valuable thing in the eyes of the Somalian man, because he could take this ship, he could have goods on it, and he could take it and go do what he do. Now, usually in war, what happens is you would go whoop the other enemy's ass. You know what I'm saying? Rather if you spared his life or not. A lot of times you didn't. After when you killed him, you would kill off his men, or maybe you would kill off his men, but then you will have things left over that he possessed at the time of his reign. You will have the spoils can be women. You could take his women, for yourselves, so y'all can increase in population. Food, cattle. You could take rubies, diamonds, gold, money, clothes, raiment. It might be different type of forms of transportation, that you might need, like what I was talking about with the Tom Hanks type situation. Okay. So then when you scroll down, it says looted, looting, loots. It says to plunder or sack in war, to rob, especially on a large scale, and usually by violence or corruption. And that's exactly what's happening in California and the Palisades and different other various parts. To seize and carry away by force, especially in war. Okay, it keeps saying war. It says to enlarge and robbing or plundering, especially in war. Okay, that's what looter is. Now, when you scroll down, and these are some of the synonyms. Now, one of the synonyms is booty. All right, when you think of booty, you think about pirates. You think about Pirates in the Caribbean with Johnny Depp. Okay, you think about that. They was always trying to go for the money. You see? You got it in cartoons. You got it in anime. You got the one anime, One Piece. Okay? Then what they do, they go onto the ship, they whoop everybody's ass. Okay? It's a pirate show. You know, you whoop everybody's ass. This on that ship. After when you whoop their ass, rather if you spare his life or not, let's say if you did spare his life. You would spare his life, you would take most of his men, had them underneath you. You might take like one or like 2, 3 of his soldiers, put them with him, kick him off on a fucking log in the ocean so he can have something to float back to fucking land to. His ass all whooped and he dehydrated as fuck, probably, you know, all kinds of fucked up. Don't even know if he may perish or not, but you spared his life by, you know, doing that. But then afterwards, you take his wine. Y'all about to now it's a festival. Now y'all about to party because now you didn't spoil his goods. You didn't took his women. You didn't took his wine. You didn't took some of his men, a majority of his men. You didn't took all these things. Okay, you gotta think about that. You know, you got food. You got rubies, gold. You got forms of transportation. He probably, like what I said, he probably took his whole ship and probably gave it off to one of his homeboys. That's just how things go. All right, that's what booty mean. Booty, like you got a whole bunch of valuables in one bag. Like when somebody, like the nigga off of Friday After Next, you know how he took a whole bunch of shit and put it inside that fucking pillowcase, and he walking outside and shit like that. The Bad Santa, all right, which is Ricky Smiley or whatever. You see what I'm saying? He was playing Bad Santa or whatever. He had the loot inside of his bag. He had the booty inside of the bag. The booty is valuables that he stole. Okay, so when you go to swag, now swag ain't the same that, you know, Jake think, the Negroes think, not the way how we dress and how the way we walk in our mannerisms and stuff is different from the Merriam-Webster's website, okay? It says goods acquired by unlawful means. See? Booty, loot. So let's go ahead and go back to the article. I'm 17 minutes in, Lord willing, this don't close out on me, man. I'm about to go back to the article, though. Well, not to the article, to the vid. It load up.
Them disguised as fire officials and utility workers. The looting is so out of hand that some residents are scared to leave their burned out homes. The governor, Newsom, says looting will not be tolerated. These communities have suffered enough. Well, unless they loot less than $950, then Gavin doesn't mind. One of the Winklevoss twins called out Newsom saying this, quote, "You and your party have been tolerating looting for years. You normalize this behavior and lawlessness. You are a disgrace. Resign now." It's a free-for-all in LA.
Yeah, it's a fucking shit show. That's what it is.
On the streets, it's turning into the wild, wild west.
People say in one of the richest cities in the world that, we don't have enough water to protect people's homes.
We're witnessing the collapse of liberal society. Everything's on fire, falling apart at the same time because of stupidity, corruption, and radical priorities. Reservoirs are bone dry, but California...
Now, I'm glad I paused it at this point. I want to go ahead and grab this one time because this is this is basically a health concern. Now, you're seeing all that smoke on the screen. Now, you got to think about all that fire smoke. That's a lot of fire smoke. Okay. It's a lot of fire smoke, man. It says fire smoke can cause a number of health issues, including respiratory problems. All right. So it says eyes, nose, and throat irritation, brain inflammation, others health issues, toxic chemicals, other health risk. You know, it's everywhere, man. Okay. It says these microscopic particles can get into your eyes and respiratory system, where they can cause health problems such as burning eyes, runny nose, and illnesses and bronchitis. Fine particles also can aggravate chronic heart and lung diseases, and even are linked to premature deaths in people with these conditions, with them conditions, and also elders and younger people. So if you're older, you can go through these type of problems. I remember they was saying, hold on, I'm gonna see if I can get it. Say irregular heartbeat, chest pain, heart attacks, strokes, which our people already got all these problems anyway because of abominable foods they eat. Headaches and stuff like that. A lot of that shit comes from worms and what you put into your body. You not drinking enough water. Headaches, fatigue, and cognitive impairment, scratchy throats and stuff, which people already got. The air pollution already fucked up over there as it is. And they go into a little bit of it. It says the most dangerous part of wildfire smoke is fine particles, particulate matter, which are microscopic particles that can deep into the lungs, like asthma, diabetes, heart disease, which all our people got, because eating all that grease and chicken and shrimp and crab and pork chops and all that bullshit, or chronic kidney disease, and more vulnerable to the effects of wildfire smoke. Children and infants are also more vulnerable. That also go for, like what I said before, elders. So it's a lot of people that's breathing this in. If you're not wearing a mask, your life expectancy is going down as we speak. Going back to the vid, I just wanted to point that out.
California Democrats are spending millions on DEI, migrants, and drug addicts. Now, Primetime tried to save California. Remember the last couple of years? We finally threw up our hands and said, we can't save it if they don't want to be saved. After 30,000 acres have been torched and the fire is still not contained, in the capital of Sacramento, they just called an emergency session to battle Trump.
Is now the right time to have a special legislative session on allocating money to fight Trump in a way that you could already do without a special legislative session?
So I'm here to address these wildfires. This is a historic wildfire. This is a historic event. These wildfires, as I mentioned, are going to be quite possibly some of the worst wildfires and disasters in the state.
While people are trying to understand what's going on and are worried about disaster relief, worried about the ability to get homeowners insurance, your chamber gaveled into a special legislative session to prepare for Donald Trump. Again, is now the right time for that?
So certainly our focus right now is Speaker Ashley. At this moment, my colleagues and I, we are acting with great urgency to ensure that we're providing much needed relief.
Liberal society's gone mad. People have been institutionalized for less. California has been trying for years to destroy Western civilization. Well, this is what it looks like. They finally did it. Primetime's calling for a federal takeover of California. When a state becomes this dangerous and the government becomes this reckless, where the lives of millions of American citizens are being destroyed, their homes obliterated, their infrastructure annihilated, we can't wait for a recall election. This is an issue of national security. This is a public health emergency. We know they have public health emergency powers. Remember the pandemic? Invoke them. The elected officials in California can't be trusted. They're criminally negligent. Look at what we're seeing. This is a war scene. And if anyone thinks that people who are responsible for this catastrophe are going to somehow rebuild, you're out of your mind. If they're left in charge to rebuild LA, they're going to steal the money. Nothing's going to get rebuilt. Everyone's going to get screwed. This is biblical level destruction. And the city of LA is hosting the Olympics in 4 years. There's no way we can showcase LA to the world. A full federal takeover is needed. Invoke the Stafford Act. The state's overwhelmed. Martial law might have to be declared. Primetime praise for the poor people of LA and hope we can put out this fire before it's too late.
Hey, and it's already, a lot of this shit already too late, man. And you see, he was like, man, they trying to rebuild and stuff like that, man. Y'all Bashim Yahshua not dealing with that. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there, you know. 2 seconds. Let me go ahead and pull that up. This is Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. It says, their inward thought, Esau, okay, so-called Caucasians, their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever. And this go for a lot of these nations, but mainly Esau. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, just like America. They call it after themselves, just like Africa. They call it after their own selves. A lot of these places, man, they call after themselves. You know, streets, rather if it's a fucking street, a bar, anything, you know, because they want that to continue. They want wickedness to continue forever. Forever. All right, so now we going to be moving on to the next thing. But you see that they basically talking about martial law. So martial law might come in. And then you got martial law has to come in and make arrests just because you got people looting. So then if that increases, that means that they might have to go ahead and put out a specific time when your ass gonna have to be in the house. Otherwise, your ass gonna get either fined, shot, locked up, or however the fuck way you want to call it, put in a concentration camp or whatever. But now you have, and also on top of that, now you have a whole bunch of people, hundreds of thousands of California people that have no homes and nowhere to go, and they're just roaming the streets right now, weeping. Don't know what to do, don't know what next week look like, don't know what they next day look like. And they're going fucking crazy. They're going fucking crazy, I'm telling you. They already saying they don't have enough water if these fires continue. We wasn't prepared for this. We can't do anything about it. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And then, like, what you gonna do to all the people that did lose their houses? What you gonna do to them like what you did to the people in South Carolina or North Carolina? You gonna give them $750 and say, get back on your feet? Well, how they gonna get back on their feet? They ain't got no fucking house. They ain't got a house. What happens if they was the only person in their family? They just out here on the fucking streets. A lot of people got their fire insurance taken away right before this shit even happened. Probably like months. I think it was before it even happened. I don't know if it was weeks or months before the shit happened, or maybe if it was even days. But the main factor being before this even happened, the water was cut off. Like what I said, rather if it's an inside job or not, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because everything is ordained by him. So now I'm about to go on to the next article. This one says California wildfires. Live updates, death toll, it used to be 11, rises to 16 as Palisades fires expands to East Brentwood and Encino. I was in Encino, California. Gavin, here it go. It's about to play it. Lord willing, don't turn it off on me, man. Lord willing.
This wildfires battle.
This is still a very active. firefight.
The massive Palisades fire, already more than 20,000 acres, growing overnight. Evacuations ordered for Encino and Brentwood, with homes in those iconic neighborhoods threatened by flames. News choppers capturing the growing line of fire.
Definitely some scary stuff.
The ATF now tasked with leading the investigation into what caused this fire, even as the battle to contain it rages on.
This is areas that have not burned in approximately 50 years, so we were seeing fire that was moving through there quickly.
We were on the ground with firefighters today as teams lined up, then fanned out across the massive fire zone. We're here at the front lines of the Brentwood fire. You can see a flare up just behind me right there, the flames rising, and the fight is grueling for these firefighters. They have to go down the canyon, put out those flames. They've been at this for 5 days now. With water resources limited, fire crews are getting water wherever they can, including swimming pools. You're fighting the fires with swimming pool water?
We've had to do that on multiple locations throughout the Palisades fire.
Overnight, the dangerous Santa Ana winds picked up once again after a short lull. The conditions creating this swirling firenado. Fire crews using chainsaws to cut and remove vegetation before it can catch fire. As dawn broke this morning, airdrops continued over this canyon in an attempt to contain the flames.
These guys are heroes. I mean, they've always been heroes, but this operation is unbelievable.
The law enforcement sources say those airdrops have been threatened today as multiple drones have been spotted in their flight areas, a serious risk to the crews flying them. These aircrafts have played a critical role in getting the fires under control, dropping water and retardant to slow the progress of the flames. But a drone is already blamed for damaging this Canadian super scooper. It's been grounded for days, and officials say it may not be able to fly again until Monday at the earliest. This as the world-renowned Getty Art Museum threatened by fire, and students at UCLA have been warned to get ready to get out, as all classes now will be remote all of next week. And today, a close-up look at the devastation in Altadena. House after house leveled. More than 150,000 people are under evacuation orders. Actor Dennis Quaid among them.
I can't say enough about the firefighters and the first responders in this town.
No celeb.
We got some good ones. It's good people here, and we're fighting as hard as we can to save our city.
More than 1,500 National Guard troops have now been called up, some of them to patrol evacuation zones. And Los Angeles County officials say so far, more than 20 people have been arrested for burglary and looting.
Just emptied the truck here with everything I was able to throw in.
And so many now in limbo. Blake Mallon, a married father of two, lost his home.
Tried to grab things that I thought would be hard to replace, so just a lot of kind of kids, baby things for Grayson and Sadie, a lot of photo books, kind of memorable moments.
He stayed to the very end as he helped firefighters who ran out of water to save his house.
I stayed really, I guess, for two reasons. One, to protect my house, and two, in the back of my mind, if I was going to lose absolutely everything, for me, I wanted to know that I did absolutely everything I could if I was going to lose.
Trying to hold on.
I just don't want that to flash. Now,
he watched his block burn down.
Damn.
And finally, his home as the attic caught fire. And for Blake, it is a total loss. In September, he says his insurance company pulled his fire coverage. If you could talk to these companies, what would you tell them?
That was in September.
With this message and my story and everybody else.
Hey, and that's it on that. That's it on that. That's it on that article. You see? These motherfuckers is about to start bugging out. Here go another one. Now, this got to do with the Diddy case. It says Diddy LA house on fire. Question mark. Fact checking on it say Facebook users have been sharing several claims of rapper Sean Diddy Combs' Los Angeles property burning down in recent wildfires. Whoa. So when you read here, it's by a nigga woman named by Scorpio. It will be a Scorpio. Name Scorpio Mammy. Keep it pushing, bish. It says it should be noted that the house would be under investigation in a couple of days where many names will be involved in the case. Unfortunately, that will no longer be possible. It blew away. P. Diddy's mansion in California has been completely consumed by fire. And this is the picture of it. It's a wrap. You're not finding out what happened to the victims. It's a lot of things going on. I'm just saying. It says this comes after was arrested for the sex trafficking and is currently incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn until his sex trafficking trial in May. But hey, you ain't got no evidence. The evidence burnt up. And another thing, hey. It's hell everywhere, as you can see. It's breaking loose, and all praise to y'all about Shimmy Shot. This is in Atlanta, like what I said. You go on the east now. It's snowing in Atlanta, and it's snowing. I think it's cold. No, it's snowing in Texas. It's snowing in Atlanta, and it's cold as fucking Florida. It's a engine caught on fire. Delta plane aborts takeoff. That's another plane. I've been doing these plane episodes. It's another plane. It's like the 7th plane in like 2 weeks or 6th or 7th plane, man. It says passengers on board. Oh, first of all, let me read underneath here. Underneath here, it says the flight headed to Minneapolis. It says Minneapolis. It says evacuated right on the runway by using the emergency inflatable slides after pilots radio in saying they were having trouble. Passengers on board a Delta plane were forced to use slides to get off the plane Friday morning after the pilot aborted takeoff. People on the Delta flight 2668 were already concerned about the snow and the ice because they like, why the fuck is it snowing before takeoff? But Channel 2 Tom Jones learned that they ended up having to worry about something even more serious, an engine fire. So they had an engine fire, and you can go to the video if you want to. It's on TikTok and on YouTube. Just type in Delta ATL fire, and it's gonna pop up. It was 200 people on board. When you scroll down here, it tells you, the passengers was among 200 others were evacuated. So it was about 200 people on board. I believe they said in the video that maybe only 4 was injured. I don't think it was anything serious. I think it was just minor injuries. So speaking about the fires, now you got to think about all the things that people are going through throughout them fires. What is one of the things that people go through throughout them fires? Think about it. Just think about it. Let me see if I can no, ain't that. I'm gonna just get it from here. You gotta think about you gotta think about your cattle. So when you type in horses, right? So you do got people with all these horses because you got, I seen the Issachar or a so-called Mexican dude and his family members. They was taking their horses through the fire so they can get through the fire. But you got to think about where you gonna put your cattle at. Now, since you got your cattle, where you gonna put it? If you're homeless, where you gonna put your cattle? You gonna stay with your cattle, or you gonna get your cattle up, or you gonna sell your cattle, or you gonna put it on somebody else's land and say, hey, I just want to rent your land out? How you going to do these things? You have to think about all these things that people going through with cattle and things like that. It says animal rescuers care for LA fire evacuees, dogs, donkeys, and horses. Okay. In the summary, it say vet practices animal welfare groups shelter pets and livestock injured, displaced by fires. It says more than 400 animals have arrived at Pasadena Humane since last Tuesday, and say dozens of volunteers helping to care for about 400. And it's probably way more, man. It's probably way more cattle than that. It's probably in the thousands. I can believe it. You know, I can believe it. A lot of people's livestock, cattle had ended up probably burning up, perishing in them fires too. So you gotta think about it. You got all these cattle and stuff, and then you know you got a horse. You gonna give it to somebody else and put it on their land, or how you gonna give them back the money, or is it? You know, you have to think about a lot of things. Is that a family member? Are you cool with that family member? Can you do it for free? Can you not do it for free? When can you be able to? You know, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot that goes on with this. You know, a single house burned down for a single family with just 2 parents and 1 kid is devastating enough. Now you have the whole fucking neighborhood, you know, just going through it. So I just figured I'd make this video, man. I didn't want to make it too long or anything like that. Fine. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakwadash. I don't think I missed out on anything. And yep. So everybody going crazy, you know. And the Palisades fire is right by Malibu. Just look it up on Google Maps. Okay, just look it right up on Google Maps. Go to Google Maps or just type in Palisades. And then you'll see, you just zoom in and it's right next to Malibu. And I was over there by it. Now it's talking about Encino. I was in Encino, you know. So, Lord willing, this video was edifying. Give all praise, honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Karkadash. Till next time, Shalom.